Hello and welcome to Overdrive. This right here is the Mercedes-Benz EQS 580. Now this has been launched in the country today. This is the 14th model from Mercedes-Benz India to be locally produced, and it is indeed a proud moment for the Make in India initiative and also for Mercedes-Benz, because this is an all-electric equivalent of the S-Class, and that is really the big deal about this vehicle, this being produced right here at their Chakan plant near Pune. Now, because this is an all-electric, there is no powertrain to worry about, not a big engine to worry about, so you can see that the bonnet is actually quite stubby. What's even stubbier is the boot, and the big battery pack of course is in the floor, and this is running a dual motor setup, which means there is one electric motor on each axle, and that also gives it the 4MATIC or all-wheel drive capabilities. Now the battery pack in question, it's a 100 kilowatt hour battery pack, and it promises a range, a phenomenal range of 857 kilometers, ARAI certified. Yeah, I'll take a moment, let you guys absorb what I just said. 857 kilometers of pure electric driving range. That is a phenomenal number. Now with the kind of wedge shape that they've got for this car, it manages a drag coefficient of 0.2. that makes it more slippery than something like the Tesla Model S. Of course, that also contributes to that phenomenal range that we were talking about. The car rolls on 20-inch wheels, but I'm told going forward you will also be able to spec this car up with 22-inch rims if you want. Up front you get a design theme that we've seen already on the EQC, which means that you get this blacked out grille kind of a treatment, and if you look closely, something like what we've seen on the C-Class, you get these little three-pointed stars within this element, within this applique. So the design is not very much like the S-Class, let's put it that way, though this is the S-Class equivalent of electrified luxury cars from Mercedes-Benz. But on that thought, you also get these 3 LED dots for the DRL, the signature, and that tells you this is their top of the line luxury car. With the wedge shaped silhouette, you also get this pinched window line, and you get this quarter glass up ahead with the EQS badging on it, and you'll also see an outward facing Burmester speaker right up there. And all these materials that you see here, both inside the car, all of this, these are all man-made materials. I'm going to step inside the cabin and give you a closer look, but let's first take a look at the tail. The tail lights have this nice, how do I put it, a ribbon effect, you know, a twirled effect, a twirled ribbon effect. It looks quite nice, adds a sense of occasion to the tail end. It's not just the typical tail lights. Of course, if you look at it from the side, you will only see segments, but if you get a three-quarter view, it has that nice twirled effect to it, which I really like. Like I said, it's a two-motor setup, which is what gives it the 4MATIC credentials. And while the boot might look stubby, the boot space is huge. It's phenomenal. And for the seats, you get a 60-40 split. You get a net here. You can put a net up there using the hooks. This is where the toolkit goes. And that's the parcel shelf or the hideaway panel right there. And because this is an electric, no tailpipes in there. The other nice design element is frameless front and rear doors. Let me know what do you think about this feature. Of course, this glass stays up. Similarly, the glass at the front also stays up. Now, because this is the S-Class equivalent, let's first start off from the rear seat. So that's the rear seat. You get this nice perforated upholstery right here. No quilted pattern on it. You get a segmented pattern, and you get that ambient lighting as well. You'll see that on the doors, and just the way we saw on the S-Class, you get these capacitive panels for adjusting the seats, and of course these will adjust both the side seats. In the center, this doubles up as an armrest, and that hides the control screen for some of the infotainment functions that you can control from the rear. You can also control the settings there. If I go into comfort, adaptive rear lighting, the ambient lighting, the seat, you can make changes to the seat position, seat climate control, etc., massaging functions, all those kind of things. And to settings, vehicle lights, that will essentially let you control the lighting of the car, both interior exterior lighting as well as the ambient lighting. System is of course the display, audio, and then you can reset the tablet, because this is another bit of software and hardware that you can worry about in a car like this. You also get a wireless charging pad right here in the center armrest, and that's what it is. So the space of course is generous, it's huge, but whether it feels more comfortable than the S-Class or not, that's something that I'll answer in my review. So as I was saying, you get man-made materials. So these are soft but not too soft to the touch, but they have a very different feel, and it's really nice. Similarly, you get this open pore wood finish right here on the door trim, and also in the center console, and then the similar materials follow at the rear. So yeah, what you get inside are two USB-C ports. You can also specify a wireless charger in here if you want. There is one wireless charger right there, two USB-C ports there, two cup holders, and then you have some controls here. This will start the engine. This is a touch sensitive panel that you can use to essentially control some of the stuff on the infotainment. This will get you to car settings. You can see that right there. EQ switch will essentially give you all the information about the battery pack, the range, etc. So there's 31% batteries remaining with about 172 kilometers range still to go. That's the parking camera switch. The car will need to be on for that. And then here you can just simply turn off the display. Here you can also select how many displays to turn off. Do you want the passenger display to be on or off? You can see that there's a passenger display there. If I just turn this on again, that one comes on. Or you can just turn off the central display here if that is getting a bit too intrusive for you when you're driving and you only want that display to be on for entertaining the passenger, the co-passenger. You can do that. The moment you touch it, this one comes on. And the final thing is you can just turn off the whole system if you like, but we are not going to do that. I'm going to show you a little bit of the system as well. So home, you get this big satellite navigation screen. This is easily the biggest satellite navigation screen I have ever seen, where to will essentially help you choose your destination. You can simply click on this little switch on the side and it will show you what are the charging stations in the vicinity. That's a very good feature to have. You don't have to type charging stations. It's right there. It's like a hotkey that they've given you right next to where to. If you were to hit EQ, it will ask you where you want to go, the previous destination, charging stations, parking spaces, other routes that you may have saved. So that's under the route tab. If you go into the range tab, This is not available right now because the car needs to be running for that. Then charging, this will essentially give you all the charging information again, how many percentage of battery is remaining, etc. And if there is any charging interruption, those kind of things. And this will give you the consumption, again unavailable because you'll have to switch on the vehicle, but it will give you the average consumption that you've done over the last 7.5 minutes, 30 minutes, 90 minutes, 3 hours, etc. So you just get an idea of what your consumption on your particular driving style or driving route has been like. Similarly, you know, the kind of options that you get while you do your satellite navigation, so you can avoid motorways, avoid toll roads, avoid certain areas, ferries, etc. So you can do all of that, and all this is for the navigation. So we'll hit back onto the home screen. So tapping that again now brings up this menu. So this is the Mercedes EQ menu. That was the menu that we were in. Let's go back. Let's again hit the home. Now you go into apps. You get various apps right here. You can install different apps. You also have games. I mean, you have a big screen and you are just parked and you want to play games, or your chauffeur wants to play games. Well, they can do that over here as well. So there are some games, there are some apps right there. So let's close that. Settings will essentially give you the vehicle settings. So all the assistants, you can either enable or disable them. You have the active distance assist, active steering assist. So this has forward facing radar. So you have all these kind of systems right here. There is collision avoidance, there is camera, front and rear camera, 360-degree camera, parking sensors, etc. So you can control all of that from right here. Again, the vehicle needs to be switched on. I'm not doing that right now because we are in a very silent environment and I've been told not to switch on the car right now. So not that it makes noise, but anyway. So these are other vehicle settings, like the dynamic select. You can select the different driving modes. You can select what they do, what they control, etc. This is for the lights, again the interior and exterior lights, or you can also control the ambient lighting from here. So that's the ambient lighting setups that they have. So they have created these presets for you. It's multicolor. You can also go monochrome and then select from 64 different colors. That's 64, that's color number 64, and that's color number 1. So there are 64 colors in all that you can choose, and you already can see this has just selected this dark blue. I can make it red or orange, sorry, or we can go green, and you know, it is making all those changes right there. Similarly, you can also make changes to the seat. So you have the seat kinetics, which will essentially keep making changes to the seat back and the seating position, so that your muscles don't cramp up on a long distance journey. Similarly, there is lumbar support, side bolster support. You can set all of that, heating settings, position the seat automatically. When you say start positioning, it automatically starts positioning the seat. It's doing that right now. You can see that. Yeah, okay, fine. I think it thinks I'm a 3-footer or something. Anyway, but that's that. And then there is the massaging functions, plenty of massaging functions in here. So you can select all of that right here. Right, now comfort, that is what we were in. Phone is self-explanatory. I'm not going to go into this. Radio, media, info, all of that is quite self-explanatory. It's your typical infotainment settings. Smartphone is, of course, once you have Apple CarPlay paired with this, then it's the CarPlay logo that will come there. Tapping that will give you the CarPlay screen, and that's something that I'm waiting to now find out. Because I'm recording from my phone, I can't do that right now, but a huge CarPlay, I want to see what a big CarPlay like this looks. This is bigger than an iPad. It's big. In fact, the 3 screens together, yeah, there are 3 screens, 1, 2 and 3. So the 3 screens together is 56 inches of screen space, screen real estate. So that's huge. Now this is very similar to what we've seen on the S-Class. I'm not going to go into too many details, otherwise this video is never going to end. But yeah, you get the drift. This is the hyper screen. I think it looks phenomenal. I don't think it's going to be too intrusive, but I'm going to hold those thoughts until I actually drive the car, which is going to be soon. Now this is of course mated to the Burmester audio. I also showed you that outward facing speaker right here, and apart from producing some brilliant audio, what it's also going to do for you is act like noise cancellation headphones, noise cancellation speakers. So it's going to pick up noise from the outside, filter that, and give you a more silent cabin experience. And well, that just shut on its own because there are gesture controls. It thought I want to open it, I guess. So yeah, all that is happening on its own. It's a bit spooky. Anyway, so yeah, there are gesture controls in this car. There are these touch sensitive panels. There are multiple ways to control multiple things inside the car, and I'm pretty impressed with the overall design. Right, see, now that is opening on its own. And I also like the AC vents, the way they've designed these AC vents, so nice and sleek. These are the sleekest ever AC vents that I've seen inside a car. Very nicely designed, and this design of course is complemented with these round turbine like vents which are installed in this screen. So the installation process, we've seen it today, and it looks phenomenal. It looks very detailed. So yeah, this is what the car is all about. Now Mercedes-Benz also tells us that by the end of the year they will have across the country 20 180 kilowatt fast chargers, or ultra fast chargers as they're calling it, and there'll be also more than 20 60 kilowatt fast chargers and more than 100 AC chargers, 22 kilowatt capacity. So that is going to sort of make them the car maker with the best possible inventory or the best possible network of chargers, fast chargers included. And the EQS can also charge at a highest capacity of 200 kilowatts. So if there is any private service provider for charging stations who are able to provide 200 kilowatt fast charging options, the EQS will be able to take benefit of that. So that is very good news. So guys, please let me know, what do you think about the EQS at rupees 1.55 crore ex-showroom. They have actually priced it cheaper or lesser than the full-fledged S-Class. This, remember, is the electrified S-Class of sorts. So for that, I think this pricing is phenomenal. But you let me know, what do you think about the pricing? What do you think about the design? What do you think about the overall numbers that they're talking about, not just in terms of range, but other allied numbers as well? Like for example, the service interval, 2 years. Service packages, they start at 1 lakh rupees. So I think they are keeping even this super luxury electrified vehicle pretty accessible for the typical buyers in the luxury space or the premium space. So let me know, what do you think about all of this? Let me know what do you think about this car overall. And if you have any queries about it, please put them in the comment section below. I'll try to answer them in my review, and if I can't, I'll come back to this video and answer them in the comment section itself. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do consider subscribing. Please do also consider sharing this video with your friends and family. Until next time, take care and drive safe.